and they also have the determination. But the front two, McCoist and Hateley, to keep looking for openings up front. And at the other end, can Andy Smith inspire a comeback for Airdrie with his robustious style? He's beaten that time by Goff. Good pass that from Hateley. Here's Mikhalichenko. Trying to hold off the challenge there, and he was held clearly by Valpa. It's a free kick to Rangers, and there will be a little gentle word of warning, I'm sure, for the Airdrie midfield player. Referee Douglas Hope, though, quite content to do with that word of warning and not add to the 101 yellow cards shown to Airdrie over the season. So a free kick for Rangers. Goff has gone forward. That indicates Rangers' desire to get another goal before the end. It's back with Mikhalichenko. And now Spackman. That's good play by Nigel Spackman. There's Durant. Delightful play there by Durant also. And John Martin anticipated that move brilliantly. It was first-class goalkeeping, and it had to be, because the Airdrie defence is undoubtedly exposed by that fine piece of play involving Nigel Spackman, who had the vision to pick out this pass, and Ian Durant, who had the vision to make the run. So the corner kick swerving out there for a goal kick to Airdrie. But another glimpse of Ian Durant at his best.
Airdrie needs some inspiration. They really haven't been in the game to any great degree the second half, but there is always the sensation that maybe somewhere along the line they'll catch Rangers being careless, and perhaps the big lad Smith will upset them a little bit, and perhaps Owen Coyle will sneak in. But they haven't given us any more than just a little suggestion that might happen, and we saw a little move from Rangers that almost brought them another goal.
Evan Balfour there leading the field. Now remember, he had a cut on the side of his head in the first half and lost a lot of blood, and it looks as though the wound has reopened. That's why he has been taken off to have some further treatment, but he's such an important player that there's no question at this stage of Airdrie replacing him. But checking him very carefully there, though. John Binney there looking on anxiously with John McVeigh on the left, checking to see if Balfour can return to the fray. And the answer is that he can, as Brown heads clear for Rangers. Spackman playing it forward, across goes McCoist. Challenged by Walter Kidd. 4 years old, but still full of enthusiasm and determination. That's good running again by McCoist, and he's stopped in the end by Sandy Stewart. But so effective, and that run through the inside left channel. Good pass again from McCall, gathered full tilt there by McCoist. Good defending in the end from Sandy Stewart. This time Richard Goff has not gone forward. He's allowed John Brown to do so, though. There goes Hateley. Martin being very careful there to keep the ball out of the goal. Quarter now remaining in the final. Rangers leading by 2-0. The first scored by Mark Hateley. Here he is crying again for another, and carefully watched by Martin. So one from Hateley, one from McCoist. That separates the teams at this stage. Rangers' last Scottish Cup victory back in 1981 when they beat Dundee United 4-1 in a replay after the draw in the first match, when Ian Redford missed that dramatic last-minute penalty kick. There's McCall. It's back now with Stevens. 5 championships out of the last 6 in the World Cup glory. That's all about to change, I think. Brown to Hateley. And Gus Caesar running with him. Hateley complaining that he was fouled, but the referee had a perfect view of that and saw nothing wrong with Gus Caesar's contribution here. Here was Hateley. Well, he appeared to hesitate just for a second. Caesar going to play the ball. John Brown has no qualms about a simple clearance, putting the ball into touch and winning it from Andy Smith. Well, it's going to take something out of the ordinary from Airdrie now. 13 minutes left, 2-0 to Rangers. Jack taking too long in possession, allowing McCoy to clear up. This is Owen Coyle. And the tackle came from Spackman. It's a corner kick to Airdrie. Well, what a dramatic finish we would have if Airdrie could find the net. And for the corner kick, Rangers have pulled everyone back inside the penalty box. It's a measure of their diligence and their respect here, taking no chances. Gorham makes a good punch. Further 6-yard box. Interception made by Kidd, with the pass intended to reach Ali McCoist. Kirkwood playing it in, forcing Brown to make the clearance. David Robertson looking towards linesman Bill McRae, asking the question about whether or not the ball was out of play before Kirkwood pulled it back. Started his career at East Fife, moved to Rangers, then to Hearts, and now to Airdrie. Kirkwood. There's Coyle with a snapshot. Coming through a ruck of players. Gorham watching it very carefully, going into the side netting. Andy Gorham's had precious little to do in the Rangers goal this afternoon, and he was able to watch this go wide.
It's a good header out by John Brown. And Owen Coyle picks it up well, but he doesn't quite get hold of it. Certainly not enough to trouble the goalkeeper.
Here's Richard Goff, closed down very quickly by Smith. Goff not entirely happy with the movement ahead. Felt that he wasn't given enough options, perhaps. Great layoff from Haitley. Durant taking that of the run, but playing the ball into space occupied by Paul Jack, the Airdrie sweeper. Well, if Airdrie are going to make the headlines now, they'll have to do something really special. 11 minutes left for play. 2-0 Rangers lead. As Kirkwood helps the ball on. Stevens, Coist, and a bit of holding there by Balfour on Spackman. Free kick taken quickly by McCoist, who wants the chance to score more goals before the end. Stevens playing it towards McCoist. The supporting player was McCall, but the early defence stands firm. Well, it's quite clear, Billy, that Ali McCoist is desperate to get more goal-scoring opportunities.
Yes, he's looking very hungry indeed this afternoon. Took the chance that he got well and has threatened on other occasions. But, you know, Rangers are coasting at the minute. They're confident they have the scoreline they want. They're confident that Airdrie don't have the ability to take it away from them. Every now and then they lift their game, and when they do lift their game, they cut through Airdrie's defence like a hot knife through butter.
But it still hasn't produced any goals in this second half. That really would be music to the ears of the Rangers fans, if they could see more goals before the end. There's Walter Kidd with a header out. Cleared by Jack. There's Kirkwood. Space over on the far side there for Chris Honor. 10 minutes remaining. Here's Andy Smith. Tackled firmly by Richard Goff. Smith and Coyle, for a brief second there, looked as though they might create an opening. Here's Davy Kirkwood. Breaks there for Smith. And there's the goal for Airdrie! The cup has been thrown back into some doubt by a magnificent strike from Andy Smith. So the big Airdrie substitute celebrates. These Airdrie fans have cause now for optimism. Suddenly, the cup final has been blasted wide open. Davy Kirkwood with that long-range effort, it was blocked. It fell to Andy Smith, and that gave Andy Gorham no chance at all.
It starts with a good strike here. It gets a little deflection, falls on his back. Not an easy ball to hit. What a marvellous strike with this young man. This has really opened up this game with, what, some 9-10 minutes to go.
Well, what a view of the goal, which left Andy Gorham helpless. And Davy Kirkwood's shooting power paying off again. It seemed to break off John Brown, but what a finish it was from Andy Smith. And it's one which throws a lifeline to Airdrie. They now have 8 minutes. minutes in which to take this final to extra time. Well, Andy Smith getting his 9th goal of the season. He was ordered off against Rangers back in February. The acrobatic effort, there's the header from Airdrie. He was offside and wouldn't have counted, but that doesn't detract from the quality of the save from John Martin. Well, David Robertson playing this in low. It was controlled well by Ali McCoy to that overhead effort. Hateley's header brilliantly saved. Yes, it's an interesting little move here. Ali McCoy plays it across the goals. I think he tried a shot in actual fact. Good header from Mark Haley, but what a magnificent save from the goalkeeper. He's had a good game. He may have been slightly at fault at McCoy's second goal, but other than that, he's had an impeccable game. The replay showing, I think, that the linesman was absolutely right about that offside flag. John Martin couldn't depend on that, though. Off goes Davy Kirkwood, and on comes Wes Reid, signed just a couple of months ago from Bradford City, and he will go into that wide midfield role, vacated by Kirkwood. Fresh pair of legs. So 7 minutes plus injury time left for play. It's 2-1 to Rangers, and suddenly the complexion of the game has changed. There's no offside here. Andy Gordon coming out to halt Andy Smith, but any feeling of fatigue experienced by the Airdrie players has gone completely. They now see the opportunity here to cause a major upset. The Airdrie supporters now have reason to celebrate, and they certainly have justifiable cause for optimism. Could there be a dramatic ending to the match? Here's Gus Caesar, and Hateley gets there. Paul Jack drags the ball away from McCoist. Well, Airdrie can't afford any kind of mix-up like that in defence. The third for Rangers would surely seal the cup. Header back by Smith. This is Balfour, out Coyle. Balfour again. Promising play once more from Airdrie. Well, disappointing cross. No one there. Chris Honor pulling it across the front of the 18-yard box without any Airdrie player able to take advantage. So there's going to be a change now made by Rangers. Going to bring on Dale Gordon, I think. Gordon stripping off now to join the action. Well, are Rangers going to be punished for appearing to be content to sit in that 2-goal lead in the second half? There's McCall. Hateley going across with Caesar. Push by Hateley. It's a free kick taken quickly by Caesar. Hateley trying very hard to end the match as a contest for Rangers, but that hasn't been possible as yet. Airdrie are right back in it. Headed away by Brown. Paul Jack's header. McCoy's trying to get round Walter Kidd. He couldn't make it. Cut off by Goff there for Stevens. Stevens now stepping outside Andy Smith. The substitute has earned his corner with that excellent goal. There's Paul Jack. Breaks now in the midfield for Sandy Stewart. This is Balfour and Coyle. Reid has gone ahead. Still Reid in possession. This is promising again for Airdrie. Where's Reid? What a fine effort by the substitute, and suddenly Rangers are rocking. A match which was so much within their control for so long suddenly looks less secure as Wes Reid thundered that shot over the bar. So Ian Durrant is coming off. He's done enough, and he will be replaced by Dale Gordon. And there shouldn't mean too much alteration in the Rangers' pattern of play. But Reid here so determined, holding the play up, winning the ball from Goff, stepping away from Gary Stevens. Had the shooting chance here. Played long there by Honor. Headed by Brown. 3.5 minutes plus injury time remaining. Rangers leading by 2-1. But Airdrie undoubtedly now with their tails up. Walter Smith has joined Archie Knox now on the bench, and anxious look at the watch there by Archie Knox. Things looking different all of a sudden. So Airdrie again trying to work an opening there from midfield. Boyle sends it long. Coyle trying to get in there behind John Brown. A bit of pushing on Brown. The referee allows the advantage with Gorham in possession. The clock ticking on here into the closing 3 minutes. Anxiety there on the Rangers bench. Walter Smith returns to the director's box. Plenty of singing again from the Rangers supporters. They clearly still believe the cup has been won, but Airdrie are battling right to the end. The man of the match award has been confirmed by the sponsors, tenants. It is Mark Hateley who has won that. Hard to argue with that in the light of his performance this afternoon. After 2 losing finals in France and Italy, he looks to be on the brink of the winner's medal. After a fine performance, here's Gary Stevens. Spackman breaks through the inside left position. This is Dale Gordon. Good running by McCall inside. Forward it goes to McCoist. First touch let him down, but he's determined enough to win it back from McCall. Spackman caught late there by Evan Balfour. Will the referee take an indulgent view? He does. Although he's warned the Balfour already, he seems determined now not to show a yellow card. Well, he certainly could have for that tackle, coming on the end of a few others like it earlier in the match. Referee Douglas Hope hasn't yet booked anyone in this final. Goff with the free kick, looking for Hateley. He's beaten to the ball by Caesar. There's Nigel Spackman. Chris Honor comes to meet that. He's played the ball out though for a throw. So the clock ticking on now towards the final minute. There will be a little bit of stoppage time. Can Airdrie use it well? So there's the indication that we have 1 minute left for play. And a bit of injury time, perhaps a minute or so of that. Headed away by Caesar, helped on by Balfour. He didn't catch that properly though. He's given possession back to Rangers, who will take plenty of time, I'm sure, about this throw. David Robertson strolling over to collect the ball. He's all set to collect his second Willis medal. Rangers supporters clearly convinced the trophy is to be won. Hateley's header. Forced forward by Balfour. Reid looking for Coyle. Brown escorts the ball back to Andy Gonham, who reassures him there is no imminent danger. Coyle still looking for a glimpse of goal before the end, but time is running out rapidly for Airdrie. They have to throw everyone forward now. We're into injury time. John McVeigh coming out, still wants one last supreme effort from his team to save the match, but they're not going to get it. Rangers are the winners. Very little injury time. Mark Hateley, the sponsors man of the match, shakes hands with his Airdrie opponents. He scored the goal which opened the way to victory for Rangers, with a fine goal on the half hour, and Ali McCoy's popped up right on half-time with an excellent left foot volley to put the tie, or put the final apparently beyond Airdrie, but that reckoned without their resilience, and Andy Smith came on as substitute to score a fine goal near the end, which threw a lifeline to Airdrie and gave them the basis for a late flurry to try to save the game. But it's these Rangers supporters who are able now to celebrate, because Richard Goff will collect the Scottish Cup in just a few moments and bring to an end a magnificent season for Rangers. So Richard Goff, after disappointing with Dundee United and with Tottenham Hotspur, will collect the trophy. Walter Smith, who's also faced final disappointment in his career, both with Rangers and with Dundee United, and he now is in position to talk to Rob McLean.
Walter, it's been a long wait. How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously relieved it was over. We made a wee bit heavy weather of the game, especially second half there, but I'm just delighted that we've got a cup.
What did you think of it as a game to watch?
I don't think it was a bet. A lot of time, there was a lot of nervousness in the final. I felt our players showed a lot of nervousness. They had been confronted with a situation where people were telling them that they were going to win 4 and 5-0, and I think that put quite a bit of pressure on them to live up to that expectation.
Real killer goals in the first half.
Yeah, there were 2 good goals. Came at a time when, you know, the game hadn't really settled down, the first one, and I thought that gives a little lift. We had a couple of chances then, and then scored the second one, and obviously we're delighted.
It's been some year for you, hasn't it?
Well, it's been a good year. I hope it's a good night for us anyway.
Well done, thanks very much.
Thanks, Rob.
So very happy and relaxed Rangers manager Walter Smith, facing a number of interviews he'll face now. The Rangers players now wait while the runners-up Airdrie go up to collect their medals, and they can do so with great pride and distinction. They've had a marvellous season, 7th in Premier Division. Sandy Stewart leads them through. Skol Cup semi-finalists, Scottish Cup finalists, and Andy Smith there, the player who almost gave it a dramatic finish with that excellent goal. And very warm applause from these appreciative Airdrie supporters, and that is thoroughly justified. So Wes Reid there goes through, the other substitute. Alan Lawrence came off early, clearly looking disappointed, but they've no reason to be other than totally proud of their performance this afternoon. They were unlucky when Dave Kirkwood slipped to allow David Roberts to set up Mark Hateley for the opening goal, and then fought an uphill struggle all the way from then on. Walter Smith with that handshake for Richard Gough. They've been together so frequently in their career, coming together at Dundee United so many years ago. So wait for the reception now for the Rangers players as they come forward. And these Rangers supporters have waited 11 long years for this moment, which is coming up shortly. The wife of the SFA president, Peter Gardner, Mrs. Christine Gardner, waits to hand the Scottish Cup to Richard Gough. So 2 trophies there to collect. The Tennent's replica trophy also, the sponsors. But here comes Richard Gough to collect the trophy. And it's congratulations to Rangers, the Tennent Scottish Cup winners for 1992. Applauded all around the stadium. The climax to a wonderful season. Richard Gough reluctant to let that trophy go, collecting the second one, the Tennent's replica trophy. So clutching both trophies, and doesn't appear to be too willing to pass it down the line as is normal and traditional. Indeed, he won't do that. He's keeping it all to himself, at least for the moment. So after that 11-year interval, Rangers have won the cup, and Ali McCoy's huge grin tells the story of his joy. He scored what turned out to be the winner right on the half-time whistle. Alexei Mikhalichenko, clearly a happy man, and Paul Rideout, the substitute, who did not come on. So the trophy presentation has gone on. These Rangers supporters waiting now to begin the celebrations in earnest. So the Rangers players coming back onto the field, a huge smile on the face of Archie Knox there on the right, Davy Dodds on the left. Remember, Archie Knox and Walter Smith played together for Dundee United in the losing final of 1974 against Celtic. And the Scottish Cup held aloft by Richard Gough. And the Rangers supporters will be hard to dislodge from Hampden while their favourites remain on the field. So yet another triumphant photograph for the press and for the newspapers tomorrow. So they've won the double for the first time since 1978, when they beat Aberdeen in the final, having won the championship. It's been a long, long wait, 14 years for the double, and all the hard work put in by Walter Smith and Archie Knox paying off with this triumphant moment. Any thoughts now of the Scottish Cup jinx? Totally dispelled. The Rangers now going to take the trophy around Hampden Park. So coming down to the east terracing end where the Airdrie supporters are congregated, but a lot of Rangers fans also in this area of the ground in the southeast stand. Rangers having the bulk of the supporters, of course. Ali McCoy completes his set of medals with his Scottish Cup winners' medal. Mark Haitley gets his first winners' medal in senior professional football. Nigel Spackman makes up the disappointment playing for Liverpool against Wimbledon in 1988. And the Rangers players applauding the fans for the support they've given throughout the season and throughout this final. So there appears to be a mixture there of Rangers and Airdrie supporters in that corner of the stadium. So the Rangers players going round, they've left their principal support in the west stand till the end. The goal scorers holding the trophy aloft. Ali McCoy and Mark Haitley parading the Scottish Cup to the supporters. And they are supposed to remain on the field of play for this lap of honour. They're not supposed to leave the pitch to go on the track. SFA regulations indicate that. Mark Haitley clutching the cup trophy, but here's the Rangers captain Richard Gough with Rob McLean.
Richard, you've known all about losing cup finals. This must be sweet.
Very sweet indeed. I don't think we played very well on the day, Rob, but you know, we got the result. That was the main thing at the end of the day.
2 timely goals in that first half.
Yeah, well, first one by Mark Haitley, second one, the crucial one just before half-time. And then we tended just to play out the game instead of going for the third goal. And it nearly cost us with Airdrie getting a good goal with maybe 10 minutes to go.
Credit to them.
Definitely, definitely. They made it very, very difficult for us.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
So very happy Rangers captain, having tasted defeat in finals before for Dundee United and Tottenham Hotspur, savouring this moment. John Brown now has the trophy as he shows that to the Rangers fans. So there's no rush about this lap of honour for the Rangers players. Alexei Mikhalichenko is certainly enjoying the spirit of the occasion. Andy Gorham too. Move to Ibrox for the opportunity to win trophies. Walter Smith looks on calmly. Yet another success in his management career. And Ali McCoy is now the natty bit of headgear, and he with Mark Haitley is talking to Rob McLean again.
2 losing cup finals on the continent, but you've won here, Mark. How do you feel? Man of the match as well.
Yeah, very pleased. I say for the club, it's been such a long time since we've won this, you know, and as you can hear, everybody's over the moon. So pleased for everybody associated with Rangers.
Not maybe the most glamorous of games, Ali, but it's the result that matters, obviously.
That's what it is. As the gaffer said, he's played very well, and his teams have played very well in a few cup finals and never won one. But I told you we'd do it, Dad, didn't I?
That was the medal you badly wanted, of course.
Oh, that was the one to complete the set. Magic result, magic.
And that completes a marvellous season for you as well, Mark.
Yeah, it's been a good season all round for myself, the team, and Alistair have had a good run this year, and hopefully we can continue it next season.
Well done, thanks very much. Thanks a lot.
So the happy goal scorers for Rangers there. Mark Haitley got the first in half an hour, and Ali McCoy scored in 45 minutes. And they rejoin the teammates now as they go round at the West Stand area. So all these scarves materialising and supporters' hats collected by the players, and they're coming all the way around, savouring this occasion to the full. So the Super Ali chant goes on. Walter Smith now with Nigel Spackman, who's been such a valuable servant, joining the club nearly 3 years ago, performing so well. Mark Haitley took some time to win over the Rangers supporters, but that's been achieved comprehensively now. And the ball boys there collecting mementos of the occasion.
Fairy tale finish to the season for you.
Well, it's been great for me the last couple of months, and as you see a fairy tale end of the season, I can't ask for any more.
How did you enjoy the game?
Well, I don't think it's one of the better finals, but as I say now, we've ended up winning the cup, so that'll do for me.
And obviously looking to build on this and maybe get a full season next season.
Well, hopefully I'll get a good pre-season behind me, and then after that we'll see what happens, but I'm really looking forward to next season and establish myself.
Are we sure about tonight, maybe?
Oh, just a couple, I think.
Well, it's been a fairy tale end of the season, as Ian Durrant says, for him. Coming right back to his best rapidly, and next season could see him at his very best.
John 1989. This must make up for it today.
Yeah, I said to Alan McCoist this week, we've been in Scotland most of our careers, and we're just happy to get this medal. It's made the set, and it's a big relief, Hazel.
It's probably a good job for your family too. Your wife Diana was telling us you were a nightmare to live with a few years ago after you lost.
Well, it ruins your summer if you get beaten the last day of the season. Scottish Cup, especially against Celtic, haven't had a successful season, but this has definitely made up for it this year.
What a season, doing the double after, what, 14 years, amazing.
Yeah, it's great for the club, it's great for the fans. They've missed it for the last 11 years. I was on the terraces the last game here, and a very proud moment.
How much of a relief is it, do you think, to Rangers that having buried this cup hoodoo today, John?
Well, it wasn't the best of performances. I feel we got through it. You're just happy to get the win, and that's the first one, and I hope it continues in the distant future.
2 drinks tonight, John, thank you.
So the Scottish Cup in the hands there of Walter Smith, the Rangers manager. Clearly a very popular figure among his players. He's done a splendid job since assuming responsibility from Grahamson. As Campbell will be there with Donald Finlay, 2 of the Rangers directors in the stand, enjoying the moment also. With Rangers winning for the 25th time. They've won the Scottish Cup, and for Walter Smith, a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Billy, fascinating final. Airdrie contributed hugely in the end.
Yes, at the end of the day, no one can have any criticism of Airdrie. They worked very hard, made life awkward for Rangers, and when Andy Smith scored the goal, they certainly gave us the impression that they might have got into extra time. At the end of the day, I feel the scoreline was perhaps just a little bit unfair on Rangers.
So the Rangers supporters there now showing their final appreciation for the management and for the players. That's what it was all about, the Scottish Cup. And for Walter Smith and Archie Knox, a moment of real joy, as you can tell from the expressions on their face. So it's Rangers who are the 10th Scottish Cup winners in 1992. It's been a final which Airdrie have graced with a great distinction, but it's Rangers whose power won in the end. Rangers getting home by 2-1.
The traditional scenes of celebration following a cup win, red, white and blue ribbons on the cup after an 11-year absence. But I suppose we would have to say, not striking a down note necessarily, that it wasn't the greatest of finals, Murdo, was it?
No, I don't think so. Obviously Rangers would be a wee bit disappointed in their second half performance. There was no pressure on them, they'd scored the goals, and I felt they could have pushed forward, maybe got other goals. And they put themselves under pressure and they lost the goal near the end. Normally you'd want to finish a final, the last 10 minutes, knocking the ball about and enjoying it with your fans. I think they felt the pressure.
Yeah, it almost looked, Derek, as if both sides had settled for 2-0.
Well, certainly Rangers had. Airdrie obviously trying to get back into the game, and full marks for them at half-time. They tried to push forward, they tried to get that goal. It's just a pity for them they didn't get the goal maybe 10 or 15 minutes earlier and really put Rangers under more pressure. But Alex McDonald should be proud of his team as Airdrie fans, because I think everyone at half-time expected it 2-0. It may well be 4 or 5 here. That never ever looked like it in the second half.
That's right, yes, Airdrie came back very well, and Andy Smith had come on as substitute, scored the goal, and a very good goal it was too, Murdo.
Superb strike there, but it was well blocked. Look at that. The ball's 2 feet in the air and he's caught it perfectly. No chance, mind you. I think it took a slight deflection just to beat Andy Gorham here.
Yeah. Andy Gorham had virtually nothing to do all afternoon.
No, he never had a save to make. See, the ball was just nicked by him there.
I actually headed it out there, Dougie, in that angle there as the ball came in.
Wonderful view of
tremendous
it.
strike,
yeah. You can't argue, the Rangers are, I don't think there's any doubt, the best team in the country, and they've done the double, and you can't argue with that.
Well, even when they don't play well, they still win games, Dougie. I think that they proved that here this afternoon. They were never ever going to lose the game. They were always on top, but they get a bit complacent after half-time. They thought at half-time the game was won and stopped playing, and that Airdrie in the end maybe find themselves a bit unlucky not to get another goal and go into extra time.
When the game was in one of its flat periods about halfway through the second half, Murdo, we were discussing who might be man of the match, and there must have been a dozen contenders, because I don't think anyone was outstanding, but Mark Capley got it in the end.
Yeah, I think it was very difficult to pick a man of the match. Nobody really stamped their authority, knocked the ball about, made good passes. Derek and I were just saying we felt the referee was superb. No disrespect to the players, but I think the referee, beforehand, the game was labelled as if there might be trouble. Airdrie's past record, they were superb, no trouble at all. He maybe could have booked somebody near the end. He handled it very well.
So is this a historic moment then, Derek? Are you actually giving praise to a referee?
Unfortunately, yes, I am. I thought well, we never spoke about him the whole game. That means he had a good game. I thought he had an excellent game. Mike Murdo's right. Airdrie have come here with a terrible record, disciplinary-wise, and it wasn't a dirty game at all today.
Yes, absolutely no evidence of it. It's almost frightening, and you're at Easter Road. You've got to take on Rangers next season and try to stop them doing it again. But they've such strength and depth, Murdo, that it's hard to see them not repeating the feat or coming close to it next season, isn't it?
That's right. Obviously, it's just that hopefully if we could match them maybe a one-off game like we did last season in the Skull Cup semi-final. But I think over the 44 games, when it comes to anything, they've got such a strong pool. Even as you said, they didn't play so well today, they're still good enough to win the Scottish Cup.
Absolutely.